over 50, use this simple trick to boost leg circulation quickly. If your feet are often cold, your calves cramp on walks, or you feel your stamina slipping when you climb a flight of stairs, this is for you. In just a moment, I'll show you a single kitchen-based trick, something you can prepare in minutes, that research and clinicians have been looking at for years because it helps widen blood vessels and improve flow to the lower legs. Many people notice warmth and reduced cramping within hours to days. Studies back the mechanism. And yes, I'll give you exact, safe steps to try. I've spent months reviewing the science and talking with vascular researchers and clinicians. The advice I'll give is practical, low-cost, and realistic for busy adults over 50. If you want a printable 30-day tracker and a grocery list that matches the protocol I outline, click the link below now and download it before we dive in. Let's start with the problem. As we age, one of the hardest working molecules in the body, nitric oxide, tends to decline. Nitric oxide is essentially the body's traffic cop for blood flow. It tells the inner lining of blood vessels to relax and widen so blood can move easily through arteries and into the tiny capillaries in your feet, calves, and ankles. In plain terms, nitric oxide helps your legs get the oxygen and nutrients they need. Research indicates that nitric oxide production can fall substantially with age, and that decline is a major reason why older adults often experience cold, numb feet, stubborn cramps, slower walking speed, and in some cases higher fall risk. When nitric oxide is low, arteries tighten, blood flow to the periphery decreases. That's when things like leg fatigue on walks, intermittent cramping, and a general heavy or cold feeling show up. In research settings, restoring nitric oxide has been shown to widen small arteries and increase blood flow to the legs, sometimes quite noticeably. But before anyone imagines a miracle cure, the right framing is important. Dietary steps can support nitric oxide and improve circulation for many people, but results vary and underlying medical conditions must be considered. So how do we boost nitric oxide without pills or complicated lab procedures? The answer is mostly in the fridge and the produce drawer. Certain foods and drinks are rich in dietary nitrates, L-citrulline, flavonoids, and anthocyanins. Those compounds are converted in the body into nitric oxide or help protect it once it's made. The conversion is elegant and simple. Dietary nitrate is reduced to nitrite, largely by bacteria in your mouth, and then the stomach and blood chemistry convert nitrite into nitric oxide. L-citrulline is converted in the body into arginine, another precursor for nitric oxide. Flavonoids and anthocyanins are antioxidants that protect nitric oxide from being broken down too quickly.
Together, these pathways support vasodilation, meaning your vessels relax and widen and blood moves more freely. One thing to watch, that nitrate-nitrite-nitric oxide route depends on oral bacteria. Strong antimicrobial mouthwashes can disrupt those bacteria and blunt the effect. So if you use antiseptic mouthwash regularly, that's one of the surprising reasons a dietary approach may underperform. We'll talk about practical timing and simple rules to get the best results. Now, for the part you came for, the ranking of 10 beverages so you know which ones are worth your time. I'll list them from lowest impact to highest with a short why and a short downside for each. 10. Plain water. Why it's on the list? Water is the foundation. Hydration helps blood volume and flow. If you're dehydrated, nothing works well. Downside? Water alone doesn't increase nitric oxide significantly. It's necessary, but not sufficient. 9. Green tea. Why? Long-term consumption supports endothelial health through polyphenols, and it's an easy daily habit. Downside: benefits are gradual and modest for immediate leg circulation. Caffeine can bother some people. 8. Tart cherry juice. Why? Rich in anthocyanins that protect nitric oxide and reduce inflammation. Downside: often high in sugar, better used in small amounts or diluted to avoid blood sugar spikes. 9. Pomegranate juice. Why? Antioxidant rich, helps preserve nitric oxide. Downside: expensive and sugary in commercial forms, dilute or use a small serving. 6. Unsweetened cocoa drink. Why? Cocoa flavonols support blood vessel function and nitric oxide signaling. Downside: must be low or no sugar to avoid metabolic downsides. Good quality cocoa can be pricey. 5. Watermelon juice. Why? High in L-citrulline, which the body converts into arginine and supports nitric oxide production. Downside: seasonal and less concentrated than some other options. Large volumes needed for a strong effect. 4. Hibiscus tea. Why? Hibiscus supports blood pressure control and can improve circulation in some people. It's low-calorie and easy to prepare. Downside: if you're on blood pressure medication, additive effects are possible. Check with your clinician. 3. Celery juice. Why? Celery is a surprisingly rich source of dietary nitrates and can produce relatively quick effects on vascular tone. Downside: taste is strong and can be a challenge for daily compliance. Raw celery juice may interact with certain meds. Consult your provider.
2. Arugula smoothie. Why? Arugula contains very high nitrate concentrations, often higher gram for gram than other leafy greens, so it's one of the fastest plant sources to support nitric oxide. Downside: requires fresh prep and may be bitter. Rotation with other greens helps with variety. 1. Beetroot juice. Why? Beetroot juice consistently ranks at the top because it delivers concentrated dietary nitrates in a form that converts reliably to nitric oxide in many people.
Clinical studies have shown quicker, measurable increases in blood flow and exercise tolerance when beet juice is used. Downside: earthy taste that some dislike, possible beechuria, pink urine, which is harmless but surprising, and oxalate content is a consideration if you have a kidney stone history. That ranking may seem dramatic, but it reflects both the biochemical potency and the practical usability for older adults. Beetroot juice tends to give the fastest and most reliable boost in nitrate load per serving. Arugula and celery are excellent close seconds. Hibiscus is an accessible, low-cost afternoon option, and the others play supportive roles. Now let's go deeper into the top 4: beetroot, arugula, celery, and hibiscus, and how to use them safely and effectively. Beetroot juice. The practical protocol I recommend is simple. Start with 8 ounces of pure beetroot juice in the morning on an empty stomach. If you're new to beets or sensitive to strong flavors, begin with 4 ounces and work up over a week. Drink it first thing, wait about 20-30 minutes before you eat, and avoid using antiseptic mouthwash in the hour before and after you drink it, so the oral bacteria can convert nitrate to nitrite. In some clinical studies, participants who consumed concentrated beetroot juice experienced measurable improvements in leg blood flow and walking endurance in days to weeks. In real-world use, many people report feeling their feet warm and cramp less within hours. Practical preparation. Choose 100% pure pressed beet juice with no added sugar or juice fresh beets at home. If the taste is too earthy, dilute with a bit of water or a squeeze of lemon, or blend with a small apple for sweetness. If you have diabetes, consider diluting more or choosing lower sugar combinations, and discuss it with your healthcare provider. Cost and availability. Bottled pure beet juice typically costs about $20 to $40 per month depending on brand and intake. Fresh beets may be cheaper if you juice them yourself. Either way, it's generally affordable compared to clinical interventions. Arugula smoothie. For a potent nitrate-boosting green, try an arugula smoothie 3 to 4 times a week. A practical recipe: 2 packed cups of arugula, half a cucumber, 1 small green apple or half a banana for texture, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and 6 to 8 ounces of water or unsweetened almond milk. Blend until smooth. Arugula packs a nitrate punch and is particularly useful as a rotational strategy, so you're not relying only on beets. If the peppery flavor is strong, mixing with milder greens or fruit keeps it more enjoyable. Celery juice. Celery provides dietary nitrates and a fast effect for some people. A typical serving would be about 8 ounces of freshly juiced celery stalks, often 4 to 6 large stalks depending on size. Because celery can have a strong, salty vegetable taste, start small. Some people prefer to combine celery with a splash of lemon or cucumber to balance flavor.
If you drink celery juice, be mindful of potassium and sodium content in your overall diet if you're on certain heart medications. Check with your doctor. Hibiscus tea. Steep concentrated hibiscus tea mid-afternoon as a gentle blood pressure supporting option. Use 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried hibiscus flowers steeped for 5 to 10 minutes in 8 ounces of hot water. It's tart, refreshing, and many people enjoy it iced. Hibiscus may have additive blood pressure lowering effects with certain medications, so if you take antihypertensives, consult a clinician before adding daily hibiscus. A few universal tips for preparing and timing these drinks. Empty stomach timing. For maximal nitrate conversion and absorption, take beetroot or arugula drinks in the morning before eating. Waiting 20 to 30 minutes to eat helps the process. Mouthwash. Avoid antiseptic mouthwash within an hour before and after nitrate-rich drinks. Regular toothpaste and routine brushing are fine, but antiseptic rinses that kill a broad spectrum of oral bacteria can reduce the nitrate to nitrite step. Dilution and sugar. If you're using fruit juices, watermelon, pomegranate, tart cherry, dilute them to reduce sugar load and favor a smaller serving size. Use natural low-calorie sweeteners like stevia or monk fruit if needed. Start low and go slow. If you're new to these drinks or have sensitive digestion, begin with half a serving for a few days, then increase as tolerated. Alternate and rotate. Rotate beetroot, arugula, and celery across the week so you get variety in nitrates and companion nutrients. Storage and freshness. Fresh juices are best consumed within 24 to 48 hours when refrigerated. If using bottled beetroot juice, choose 100% juice with no added sugars and check the label for pasteurization notes. Safety and cautions. This is important.
This protocol is evidence-informed but not a medical prescription. If you have any of the following, please check with your healthcare provider before starting. Uncontrolled high or low blood pressure, a history of kidney stones, oxalate-containing foods like beets can matter in some cases, diabetes, watch sugar and juices, heart rhythm issues, or if you take blood thinners or medications that affect blood pressure. Do not stop or alter prescription medications without medical advice. If you're on anticoagulants, talk with your clinician before adding large amounts of nitrate-rich foods. Beetroot can cause harmless pink or red urine and stool in some people. This is called beechuria. It can be dramatic but isn't dangerous. If you notice unusual symptoms beyond color change, dizziness, fainting, extreme lightheadedness, stop the drink and seek medical input. Mouthwash interaction. As noted, broad-spectrum antiseptic mouthwashes can blunt nitrate conversion. If you use those regularly, discuss with your dentist or physician whether a different approach is appropriate. Blood pressure effects. Nitrate-rich drinks can lower blood pressure.
For many individuals, this is beneficial, but if you're already on BP medications, adding concentrated nitrates could amplify effects. That's why the consult your clinician step is essential. Don't substitute this advice for blood pressure medication or clinical follow-up. Kidney stone risk. Beets are relatively high in oxalates. If you have a history of calcium oxalate kidney stones, talk to your clinician before increasing beet or grape or some berry intake. Blood sugar. Fruit juices like pomegranate or tart cherry can spike blood sugar. Dilute, monitor, and consult if you have diabetes. Mouth irritation or digestive upset. Some people experience stomach discomfort when first trying concentrated beet or celery juice. Starting with smaller amounts reduces this risk. Let me give you a clear, step-by-step 30-day plan you can follow, with options for those with medical caveats. 30-day beetroot-centered protocol, basic. Week 1, introductory. Day 1 to 3. Start with 4 ounces of pure beetroot juice in the morning on an empty stomach. Wait 20 to 30 minutes before eating. Skip antiseptic mouthwash for an hour before and after. Day 4 to 7. Increase to 6 to 8 ounces in the morning, if tolerated. Note any sensations in a symptom diary. Warmth in feet, reduction in cramping, walking endurance. Week 2 to 4. Establishing. Morning. 8 ounces pure beetroot juice on an empty stomach 5 to 6 mornings a week. If you have diabetes or are sensitive, reduce to 4 to 6 ounces and dilute with water. Afternoon, optional. Hibiscus tea or 8 ounces of celery juice on alternating days for variety. 3 times per week, replace 1 morning beet serving with an arugula smoothie as described earlier. Track. Take a quick note each day. Temperature, feet, cramps, none, mild, moderate, walking distance before fatigue, and any side effects like beeturia. How to monitor progress. Subjective. Warmth in feet, fewer nighttime cramps, easier stair climbs, less heaviness during walks. Many people report these things within days. For others, it takes weeks. Objective. If you track walking distance, time a short, consistent walk and note changes. Take before-after photos or short videos of gait if you're comfortable. These make progress obvious. Safety tracking. Monitor blood pressure at home if you have hypertension and log unusual symptoms. If you can only do one thing, morning beetroot juice is the most straightforward and likely to help step. If you want to maximize benefits safely, rotate arugula smoothies and afternoon hibiscus or celery. A few practical tweaks that make daily adherence easier. If beet taste is hard to swallow, mix half beet juice with half cold water and add a splash of lemon. Freeze beet juice in ice cube trays and pop a cube into a smoothie to mellow the flavor while retaining nitrates. Prep a week's worth of arugula smoothie packs in the freezer, arugula, chopped cucumber, and a sliced apple, then blend with water each morning.
Use unsweetened cocoa as a morning beverage on rest days. Stir 1 teaspoon unsweetened cocoa powder into hot water with a dash of cinnamon and a 0-calorie sweetener if desired. Now, let's handle a few common questions I get. Will this cure peripheral arterial disease? No. Don't expect a dietary drink to cure serious vascular disease or replace evaluation and treatment from your clinician. What this approach can do for many people is support improved blood flow, reduce symptoms like cold feet and cramps, and complement a broader plan that includes exercise, blood pressure control, and other medical care. How quickly will I notice change? Some people report warmth and reduced cramping within hours. Others notice improved walking endurance after several days to a few weeks. Clinical trials often measure changes in days to weeks, but individual responses vary. Is there research to support this? Yes, multiple clinical studies and controlled trials have explored dietary nitrates, particularly beetroot juice, and found improvements in blood flow and exercise tolerance in various populations. In research settings, measures like blood flow and arterial dilation have increased in some trials. Participants sometimes experienced improved walking distance in trials lasting days to weeks. Use this as a hopeful, evidence-informed adjunct. Results are not guaranteed for every individual. What about mouthwash?
Use a non-antimicrobial toothpaste and avoid antiseptic mouthwash in the hour before and after taking nitrate-rich drinks. That's because oral bacteria are needed for nitrate reduction to nitrite, the step that helps produce nitric oxide. Can I take supplements instead of juicing? There are concentrated beetroot powders and nitrate supplements on the market. They can be convenient but vary widely in dose and quality. If you choose supplements, consult your clinician about dosing and interactions, and prefer products with transparent third-party testing. Cost estimate. If you buy bottled pure beetroot juice, the monthly cost typically falls in the $20 to $40 range depending on brand and intake. Fresh beets may be cheaper and taste fresher, but require a juicer or blending setup. Arugula and celery are generally inexpensive and readily available. A note on medications and medical conditions. If you take medications for blood pressure, heart disease, anticoagulants, or have a significant medical history like kidney stones or advanced diabetes, consult your clinician before starting a high nitrate protocol. Don't change prescription dosing without medical guidance. If you're on anticoagulants and plan to add large amounts of high nitrate foods, mention it during your visit. Your clinician can advise and monitor. Putting it all together, a 1-week starter plan. Day 1, 4 ounces beet juice AM on empty stomach. Track symptoms. Day 2, 4 ounces beet juice AM. Mid-afternoon hibiscus tea. Day 3, 6 ounces beet juice AM. Note urine color. Day 4, arugula smoothie AM.
6-ounce beet juice push to PM if desired. Day 5, 8-ounce beet juice AM, gentle walk and time distance. Day 6, celery juice AM or hibiscus, rest day for beet juice. Day 7, 8-ounce beet juice AM, review the week's symptom diary and adjust. If you try this for 30 days, simple metrics like fewer cramps at night, warmer feet, or being able to walk an extra block without stopping are meaningful wins. Many people's objective metrics, walking time, stamina, improve alongside subjective shifts. Before I close, a few quick reminders you must keep in mind. Do not stop prescribed medications. Ask your clinician if you're on blood pressure meds, blood thinners, or have a kidney stone history. Be cautious about juice sugar if you have diabetes. And remember that while many individuals do benefit from nitrate-rich foods, individual responses vary. This video is for educational purposes and is not medical advice. Consult your healthcare provider if you have any health conditions or are taking medications. If you're ready to try this, take a moment right now to download the free 30-day tracker and grocery list. There's a link below. It will walk you through daily servings, recipe cards for beet juice and arugula smoothies, and simple logging prompts so you can track warmth, cramps, and walking endurance. Finally, I want to invite you to the 30-day beetroot challenge. Start tomorrow morning with a single 4 to 8 ounce serving of beetroot juice. Log your symptoms and swap in arugula or celery on rotation. Take a photo or a short video of your walk on day 1 and then again on day 30. Share your progress with our community and tell us how much warmer your legs feel and whether you notice fewer cramps or better walking distance. Small daily changes add up. For many people over 50, introducing a simple, evidence-informed brink routine can be the difference between stiff, cold legs and more comfortable, confident steps. It's not a miracle cure, but it is a practical, inexpensive tool you can use every morning. Download the 30-day tracker and grocery list from the link below and join the challenge. Start tomorrow morning and see how your legs respond in the days and weeks ahead. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more evidence-based, practical tips to improve mobility and circulation. Share this video with someone over 50 who has cold feet or light cramps. This might be exactly the simple trick they need. Remember, consult your healthcare provider before starting if you have medical conditions or on medications. Take it slow, track closely, and be encouraged. Small, consistent steps can restore warmth, reduce cramps, and make walking feel easier again.